Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be looking at the air filter on our 2007 Yamaha YFM700 Grizzly. And there's going to be a decision that needs to be made. Has it been in there so long that it's falling apart, or is this something that we can actually clean up and then re-oil and then put back in the machine? And if so, what do we need to do that? Well, one of my favorite brands that fits this application is a system made by PJ1. They have a cleaner and an oiler specifically made for the foam application, which is used in this machine. Now, if we get in there and we find out that it's in too rough a shape, well, that's when we go to a factory replacement from Yamaha, already pre-oiled and ready to go. Now, as far as the tools, it's just going to be your basic stuff I'm sure that you've already got in your toolbox. No special tools are going to be required to pull this off, and it's only a skill level 1. So let's head over to the machine, get a couple of panels out of the way, take a look at that air filter. Let's start with getting the seat out of the way. Then we're going to pull this front cover. You just lift up, slide it back. Now, with those two pieces removed, all we need is just a Phillips screwdriver, and you only turn these little plastic rivets about a quarter of a turn, and that actually brings out the center section, and then you remove them. To get to these front ones, just turn the wheel a bit. Now, with that clear, lift up on the back, pull it back, both sides, and then up. Now, we just have a few clips. Should lift off. And there it is. All right, initial inspection. Pulling it a little bit, I could rip it if I wanted to, but it should have some elasticity to it. So if it was really dried out, it will be crumbling apart in my hands. So I think this is going to be a good candidate to get cleaned up and re-oiled. I can tell you, whoever installed this one, I don't think they oiled it. They actually put it in dry. So it was doing a marginal job as far as the filtration, because you really want to get the oil in there to get every last bit of those particulates trapped so they can't make it into your engine. What I'm talking about are those really small particles that can go through that foam. That right there, that should not be inside this cavity, and it certainly shouldn't be in the intake, as caked as it is. We're not going to worry about that right now. What we are going to focus on is getting this cleaned up. So let's head over to the bench, start using some of that PJ1 spray. And we're going to spray it on both sides of the element. What we're going to do is just kind of knead it in. You don't have to get carried away on it. Just kind of push it into the foam. Then we're going to let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to get what looks like a fish bowl, fill it up with water, and show you all the mess that's going to come out of here. Now, as filters go, I've seen them a whole lot worse than this, but it's not something you want to ignore on your machine, especially if you're out for a really dusty ride during a weekend. Go ahead and change it the next time before you take it out, because one of the quickest ways you can kill an engine is to let dust get in there, score your walls, which then destroys your piston rings, and before you know it, your machine's smoking. So let's let this sit for about 15 minutes. We'll come back, clean it out, let it dry, and then get it oiled. See, I told you I had a fish bowl. Now listen, you don't have to actually put it in a bucket or anything like that to clean it out. You can just use a water hose. It really wouldn't matter. I'm just doing this for a dramatic effect. Let's see what all comes out of here. All right, resist the temptation to sit here and twist it, because that's going to break down the foam. This is going to require a little bit of patience on your part and mine. I'm actually just going to lay this out, let it dry completely, then we can oil it. I'm going to go ahead and get this intake cleaned out, just using a little bit of contact cleaner to do it. Being careful not to push anything further down into the intake. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you don't want going into your engine. Take a look at this top layer in this fishbowl. That is what came out of the filter and what we were trying to keep out of your engine. All right, let's get this out of the way, then take a look at our filter. That is what we want. She looks dry. So our PJ1 air filter cleaner has done its job. Now it's time to get it oiled up. Make sure, like I said earlier, to use the foam filter on a foam and the fiber type on a fiber filter. So we just want to shake this up a little bit. Now when you're spraying it, you want to do both sides, even coat, and then we're going to knead it into the foam. Then we just lay it back on our little wire frame here and reinstall it on the machine. Try to tuck the edges all the way around. Just grab the cover, then get it clipped back on. Take your time doing this because you want to make sure it lines up properly, because if it doesn't line up, it's not going to seal properly either. There we go. There's actually a couple of little fingers, if you will, toward the front of the machine. Make sure it slides up under those, and then it'll lock down. All right, let's get the rest of the plastics on it. Then we'll take our little plastic rivets and get them back in place. The larger ones go toward the back, and the smaller ones are going to go up front. I usually hold them like this to drop them in. Once it's seated, just push in on the center. Next, go and get this front panel back in. Probably wasn't absolutely necessary to pull it, but gives a little bit more wiggle room back there. Last but not least, the seat. Just make sure that these 2 points hook up under here and just snap it down in the back. Well, all right, guys, that wraps this one up. Well, listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you like what you see, why don't you hit that subscribe button? That way you can keep up with whatever I'm doing next. We just want to say thanks for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great day.